I'm doing JuggernautBJJ App, the lifestyle program. So at the end of my second week, the weights I lift aren't going to be very exciting to you, but I'll explain what the program is. So there's
that. I mean, got some exciting pants going on.
I do have some exciting pants.
I mean.
We talk a lot in these videos about weird sex stuff.
They probably think we're a bunch of weird.
Yeah, I wonder if people think that we're deviants.
I mean, I'm not. I have a angel halo right here.
Between the Bluetooth butt plugs and the calf...
That's you! You're always bringing it up.
And the calf bondage.
How many BJJs are you doing now? 3 days a week?
3 days a week is the plan. Sometimes I stick to it.
Are you going to compete BJJ event?
I don't know. Right now I'm just training and having fun. Amateur jiu-jitsu, amateur golf. Go ahead and do my readiness check-in for JuggernautBJJ App. Start training, body weight. I haven't been losing weight as fast as I thought. Slept fine, normal mood, maintenance. I feel pretty good. I'll give myself a 4 there. So make sure if you're using JuggernautBJJ App, Juggernaut AI app, this daily readiness check-in is like the most important thing you can do. This is how the system learns about you. All right, let's do some warm-ups. All right, so this is the high plank lateral walk. Trying to keep your back as flat and still as possible the whole time, as if you're balancing a glass of water on there. Then some sexy push-up to down dog. I'm not going to give you guys the thirst trap angle, though. I know that you were hoping for. This pants can't contain my donk. These are so hard.
Because your leg weighs 100 pounds?
That is probably part of it. Ooh, those are hard. Really blows up that side booty. Juggernaut AI Brazilian booty program coming in hot.
Probably sell like hot cakes. Let's see what I did there.
I did. Okay, so we got warm up in the books. Now we're gonna do this first exercise, alternating dumbbell incline bench. So you can see from the description, this is designed to be an endurance exercise. So I'm in kind of the first rotation of the program right now. So I want to use a weight that for 10 reps is going to be like 2 to 3 reps in reserve, 7 or 8 RPE. And then the next time with this exercise, it'll bump up to 12 reps and then up to 15 reps after that. But I want to keep the same weight from week to week to week. So same weight with 10, then with 12, then with 15. It's like having a mirror straight above me so I can watch myself do the dumbbell presses.
You enjoy watching yourself?
Titties up.
Titties up.
How them girls looking today?
Little girls are looking great, babe.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just sculpting.
Just sculpting.
Sorry, folks. It's taken.
Take it.
Yep.
I hate to disappoint everyone.
I've never been very strong dumbbell pressing. I never really did it when I was powerlifting because for a long time I didn't even have dumbbells heavy enough to train with, so I didn't really bother. And then I didn't see people having a huge carryover dumbbell bench to regular bench, or at least there's plenty of ways to manipulate how you can dumbbell bench to where you can dumbbell bench a lot, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you could bench a lot. Like my best bench ever was 567. Maybe I could have dumbbell benched 150s for 10, where I know guys who maybe benched 5 or 7 kilos more than me, so 584-ish kind of range, and they'd be able to do 150s for 20 or 30 or 200 reps for 10 kind of thing. So if you're dumbbell benching to improve your bench press as in a powerlifting context, make sure that you're not just doing it to dumbbell bench the most, but rather to improve your real bench press the most. All right, so then we're gonna enter the performance. When you're using dumbbells, it doesn't matter if you write the total weight or the per hand weight, just be consistent. And that felt like a good weight choice for me for this first week again. In 2 weeks, I'll do this exercise again, go up to 12 reps, 2 weeks after that, do it again, go up to 15 reps. So probably a little bit better to err on the slightly lighter side in the first week so you can stay consistent and finish all your reps in the subsequent weeks. So for the squat today, I'm doing, you can see four sets total. The last set is an Amrap. You know, those Amraps I'm very much just taking by feel. I haven't been training super hard or anything, so I'm not trying to go crazy at the start of this program. And also, you'll notice that the dumbbells stuff was in pounds, but my squat stuff is in kilos. So when you initially set the program up, you choose pounds or kilos. But if you're in a gym like mine, I have kilo plates and then pound dumbbells, not an uncommon thing. So you can go to press the little I there, which also gives you the exercise demonstration, coaching cues, and all that stuff. And then you can toggle between pounds. So now it's showing it in pounds, but I want it in kilos. So there we are, back to kilos. And we're gonna add like a plate loading chart and everything like that. If there's one thing I've noticed about jiu-jitsu guys, that you could be a black belt at jiu-jitsu, but you no stripe white belt at doing plate math and loading the bar.
Ooh, so tough.
The black hooded warrior enters the Thunderdome of squats, ready to go to war on the weights. Ugh.
Are you though? Oh.
I use all bumper plates, so it looks heavier than it actually is.
Good strategy.
Hey, so I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the lifestyle program in the JuggernautBJJ app. This program I created, initially I wrote it for Marco Joka, Piu Piu, who's a four stripe black belt, Gracie Baja guy, real jiu-jitsu OG, in his early 40s. You know, wasn't looking to compete, just wanting to kind of get back into shape, hadn't done much weight training in a while, just wanting to feel good, perform well at the school, tap his training partners out at school, feel better, look better. And that's really what created the lifestyle program for. So it's not about peaking for a tournament, though we have had people use it very successfully for tournaments. It's not necessarily for masters athletes, but it's a great fit for masters athletes at Gracie Baja headquarters where I train. A lot of people in their 30s, 40s, regular job, kids that they do jiu-jitsu, they're passionate about jiu-jitsu, but they don't have time to dedicate, an extra hour and a half a day or 2 hours a day to strength and conditioning alongside it to get ready for Worlds. It's part of their lifestyle, and we want to make the training part of their lifestyle as well. So I just want to give you an overview of how the program is laid out so you can better understand it as you're going through it. If you've watched the exercise selection for BJJ video, you know that I don't care so much about a specific type of squat or a specific type of press or any specific exercise as like the best exercise for jiu-jitsu, but it's more about the movement category. So we want to cover the movement categories of upper body pull, hip hinge, hip extension, squat, actually, I'll do this in the other order, press, and squat. So these are our four biggest categories. Then we also have twisting and carrying exercise in it, but this is what the lifestyle program is really built around. And then as you think about the physical demands of jiu-jitsu, it's not like powerlifting. It's not just about being the strongest. It's about being strong and having great endurance, being explosive, and all of those play a role. So the lifestyle program is set up as a concurrent program where we're training multiple qualities at once and rotating through these exercises. So basically what we end up with is these 6 workouts. So we go pull, hip, press, squat, pull, hip, press, squat, pull, hip, press, squat. And then we rotate those qualities of heavy, so strength, speed, endurance. So I'm just going to use the first letter here. So we end up going endurance for the pulling exercise, speed for the hip hinge, hip extension, heavy for the press, endurance for the squat movement pattern. Again, not necessarily a squat if you've been following along with my training. I think that first exercise there was speed. So I was doing, I have the order off from what it actually is in the program. It's not a big deal. But, like I'm doing kettlebell squat jumps, the contract, relax lunges, and then barbell squat. Then heavy, speed, heavy, endurance, speed, heavy, endurance, speed, heavy. So the speed and endurance are flipped here from what the program actually is in your app, but that's the idea, that we're getting a little bit of exposure to everything. You could do this program 2 days a week. That's how Marco does it. You could do it 3 days a week like I'm doing. So, this is my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then we start a new rotation of it and then go through that. You could do it 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. It really doesn't matter. You could do it 4 days one week, 2 days the next week. This pattern is kind of perpetual, and then the app will keep adjusting how much volume you're doing each day based on your readiness ratings, based on your end of session check-ins, based on your BJJ check-ins. It'll, if you're feeling great, maybe it's going to give you 4 or 5 sets that day. You're feeling kind of run down, it's going to give you 3 sets. It's going to give you a little bit heavier, a little bit lighter. It's going to keep adapting to you as long as you keep telling it how you're feeling based on the readiness check-ins and the performance check-ins during the session. But I just want to give you kind of a general overview of that so you could better understand how the program is working. Then you have accessory work each day as well. Twist, depending on the day, it's either like twist shoulders and triceps or a carry bicep and neck, and then everyday abs, everyday mobility. So we're addressing all facets that you need for jiu-jitsu performance, giving you enough to feel better, perform better, look better, but not so much that it's going to be smashing you and taking away from your jiu-jitsu training. Or, if you're a 45-year-old guy working 9 to 5, two kids at home, that you're not having to dedicate so much time to that it's taken away from all the other aspects of your life. So that's the lifestyle program in the JuggernautBJJ app. Whew. All right, feeling pretty good so far.
Squatted machine.
Well, I remember how to do it a little bit.
Like riding a bike?
Terrible bike. Bike with no seat or something.
Bike with no seat.
Look at this.
Look there's a lot of colors happening.
Look at the width,
Like,
the girth of this weight.
I mean, but the red is outside of the blue. You need to take it all down. Put those reds on first.
This is my Amrap set with 190 kilos. Probably not going to go full Amrap. Maybe 8 would be a nice number here. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe two weeks ago, I did 215 for 5. Was the heaviest squat I'd done in a long time. So again, haven't been training squat hard at all. Obviously, powerlifting heyday. Probably do this for about 30, but 8 would be a good number today. Should I just talk about having back surgery now?
I mean, it is relevant.
These virus pants really gonna make the quads pop though. And make sure to really flex them hard before the start of the reps for you, shorty. Fun fact, 1 year and 2 days ago, I had a back surgery. So I've never talked about it. Obviously people that actually know me know that I had it, but I had a microdiscectomy back surgery where they cut out herniated disc stuff. So they took out a 9mm thick by 42 millimeter long piece of disc, which is big. It's about as big as that gross part of my deformed pinky, the flat part. So coming back to lift, the squat and deadlift stuff has been a process, certainly. Prior to that surgery, for the couple of weeks prior to it, Marissa could attest, my jiu-jitsu guys could tell you that I either just could not get out of bed for about 2 weeks prior. I couldn't stand up for more than maybe 2 or 3 minutes. such excruciating sciatica pain down my leg, just burning, numb, terrible feeling. If you've had it, you know what I'm talking about. I remember one day being out here in the garage coaching Naaman Gracie through his session, and I was just laying down the whole time. We're like on my knees, like kind of flopped over the box. So that was January 12th, 2021, January 14th, 2022. So, you know, coming back to squat and deadlift, it's not really like high on my priority list. You know, I'm not competing in powerlifting. Jiu-jitsu, my legs are plenty strong. Golf, my legs are plenty strong. So I think I started squatting again, what do you think, maybe 3 months ago?
Yeah. With SSBs
Yeah.
first, yeah.
Yeah, I think about 3 months ago, maybe 3.5 months ago. Mind you, I'd been belt squatting and stuff after the back surgery. Yeah, I started back SSB squatting, I think maybe 80 kilos, like 5 sets of 5, probably, yeah, about 12 or 14 weeks ago, and then just kind of bumped up a little bit since then. So, you know, every squat session, deadlift session now, I'm just trying to stay like 10% behind what I think I could do. So there, I'm sure I could do 10, 11, 12 reps if I had to. When I did 215 for 5 a couple weeks ago, I probably could have done 225 kilos for 5. But, you know, for me right now, it's just like not worth it to try and push it that hard. I can't be ending up stuck in the bed, just miserable all day. I mean, fucking miserable. It was the worst. Yeah, so that's kind of, you know, why you might be watching this and be like, I thought that Chad was strong. I thought he, yeah, well, that's why the squats and deadlifts aren't as heavy anymore. But, you know, I had a really great team. Dr. Joe Hood, Dr. Pei Gan, Dr. Kevin Pierce, all really helpful. The stuff I've learned from Quinn Hennock, you know, all helpful in that rehab process, at least getting back to squatting. And yeah, everyone always asks, oh, do you want to, you know, lift really heavy again or whatever? And for me, it's like, well, I squatted 440 kilos before. So squatting 190 for 8 isn't really exciting to me. So now it's just kind of like, you know, as the program is called, the lifestyle program, that I gotta keep that training a part of my lifestyle and just sort of set different goals with it and make sure it's supporting, you know, jiu-jitsu and golf and the stuff that I really enjoy doing. Like, I've done enough heavy squats and deadlifts to last me a lifetime, and, you know, I always have a TBT video to fall back on if I need it. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now, 190 for 8. End of this lifestyle program, it'll probably be like 230, I think will be the last squat weight I have. I'll probably plan would be to do like 230 for 5. And that's a good spot there. And, you know, if over the course of this year, I can just very gradually work back up to maybe squatting 300 kilos, I think would be like a lot. You know, that would be like pretty epic number at this point, especially if I can do all the other stuff that I want to do. I'm not training to squat 300 kilos. It's just sort of like a byproduct of well-planned training. Just to be clear, I was wiping my own ass though, but this was like the most relieving position. So I'd be out here, I'd coach like this, or I'd be like kind of kneeled over an ottoman like that and eating like that, just shoveling food into my mouth like some sort of feral beast.
Yes, it is.
And now,
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Able-bodied.
Yep. So that's Kettlebell Halo. It's in there under like a twisting exercise category. Obviously, you're kind of avoiding twisting, but it's gonna keep your shoulders nice and mobile, give you a little bit of work through the obliques and serratus as well. All right, so that's a session for BJJ Lifestyle, the lifestyle program in the JuggernautBJJ app. You can see you got all my info in there. I finished workout. Rate the session difficulty. Today, we'll call that an 8. You know, the squats were pretty challenging, but the lifestyle program kind of tends to be self-regulating with as it rotates through heavy speed and endurance. But make sure you're doing those end of session check-ins. And then also make sure that if you're training jiu-jitsu that day as well, or even on an off day, you can click this check-in button and put a BJJ session in, so we can kind of keep track of that as part of your readiness rating as well. So visit JuggernautBJJ.app. You can try the app for free. Check it out. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel.